Hi there. You must be my 3 o'clock appointment. You're right on time. My name's Dr. Honey. I'll be your dentist today. Nice to meet you. So if we could just go over a little bit of personal information just to verify everything. Could I get your name and date of birth, please? Okay. And is that your preferred name? Okay, wonderful. Alrighty. And you're just here for your yearly cleaning, right? Okay, we will take a look at everything. Looks like you are going to be due for some x-rays, so we'll go ahead and take those. Then we'll get to the cleaning portion, and then we'll take care of any work that needs to be done, okay? Alright, wonderful. So to begin, if you just want to have a seat right there, perfect. And we can go ahead and get started with those x-rays. So all I'm going to do for that is just put on this weighted vest here right over your chest. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to have you hold really still as you can. And I'm just going to take my x-ray machine and hold it close to your face, one on each side. I'll check those images, make sure I got a good shot that we can use. And then we'll go over to the exam room, okay? Alright, just stay right there. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this nice and close to your face. Just stay as still as possible, please. You'll hear a click. Okay. Good. And now the other side over here. Okay, good. Let me just take a look at those. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think those are usable. Perfect. I'll just send them over to my main screen. All right. And then if you'll follow me, we'll head over to the exam rooms. Okay, wonderful. Just have a seat right there. And I'm going to go ahead and lean you back a little bit. Okay, is that comfortable? All right, wonderful. I'm just going to go ahead and turn on this light. Okay, good. Help me see just a little bit better. Have you been flossing and brushing every day? Okay, nearly every day. Okay. And what do you use for flossing? Do you use string? Do you use the little flossers? Okay, the little flossers. Yeah, I like those too. Okay, awesome. So let me just get your x-ray pulled up. Just need to push this button here. Okay, there we go. So I did notice here, looks like there's one spot in your top molar here that looks like maybe we have a little bit of a problem issue. Yeah, so let me show you where that is in your mouth. So if we take a look at our model here, it's just going to be this top tooth right here. So that's the second to your furthest back tooth on your top side. And if we take a close look at the tooth anatomy, we can kind of see a little bit more about what's going on, okay? So when you get decay like this, what can happen inside of the tooth is you kind of develop this little gap here that can fill up with bacteria and all kinds of nasty ickiness. So what we're going to go do is we're going to go in and remove all of this black bits here, and then we'll go ahead and fill that in for you, okay? It'll blend in the same color as your tooth, so you won't even be able to tell, okay? I won't be able to see quite how deep the cavity goes until I get in there, but it looks like from the x-ray that we may be dealing with some more surface rot rather than some of this deeper rot, okay? All right, well, we're going to get you fixed up and get you back to smiling, okay? So let's see. I'm just going to start by doing an exam of your neck here, just to check for any oral cancer or any lumps and bumps that shouldn't be there, okay? All right, so just go ahead and lean back, get comfortable. just going to, okay, just checking out your neck behind your ears. Okay, feeling your glands here. Alright. All feels very healthy. I'm just going to feel a little bit lower down here. Okay. Alright, that seems pretty good. Have you had any pain in your jaw or in your neck area at all? Okay. Alright, good. That's really good news. So now we can go ahead. I'm just going to take your temperature really quick, okay? Just in case that kind of indicates if there's some kind of infection, if there's maybe more of an issue than we can tell from the x-ray going on with your tooth, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and roll this. Okay. Yeah, the temperature looks pretty good, a little bit high. So I'm just going to keep an eye out for any signs of infection, like oozing, pus, swelling. Exactly. Okay, so before we get started on your cleaning, what flavor of toothpaste would you like? We've got bubble gum, we've got Mend, we've got wild berry. Okay, you'd like to do the wild berry? Okay, we can definitely do that for you. I'll be sure to pick that out. We have this really fun Orajel version here. And so let me go over the cleaning a little bit with you before we get started. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do your basic cleaning. So that's going to include a brushing and a flossing. And I'll just do a little exam of your mouth too, just to check, make sure there aren't anything else that our x-rays were missing, okay? So I'll just go through one at a time, kind of testing the hardness of each tooth, making sure there's no hidden cavities or anything like that. And then we are going to do some fluoride today. So we'll go ahead and apply that fluoride towards the end as part of your regular routine. When it comes to the cavity, what I'm going to do is just drill just a little bit in there. It shouldn't bother you at all, but I will go ahead and just put some numbing on there, okay, so you don't feel any pain whatsoever. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in for you, okay? Then once that's all filled out, we'll have you rinse out your mouth to get out any yucky taste that might be in there. And you should be just about ready to go. We'll send you home with your goodie bag, okay? How does that sound? Good? Okay. Well, I'll just start right here by putting on your little dental bib, okay? So I'm just going to lay this across here, and then I'm going to clip on the other side, just like that. Okay, how's that? Is that comfortable? Okay, good. And let's see, you should be all good to go. I'm just going to lean you back a little bit more. Okay, perfect. All right, and just before we start, I'm going to go ahead and give you just a little bit of laughing gas, okay? That's just going to make this whole process a lot easier and more comfortable for you. So just go ahead and get comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and start that now. There you go, just leaning back and breathing in. Okay, good. How are you feeling? Okay, pretty floaty. All right, perfect. That's just what we want. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the cleaning, okay? We've got that wild berry toothpaste for you. Just going to go ahead and apply some just right onto the toothbrush here. Good. And then I'm just going to start brushing all along the front of your teeth, okay? getting the inside. It's really important when you brush to make sure we're getting the outside of the tooth, the surface of the tooth, and of course the inside of the tooth, okay? Okay, good. And you can of course brush the tongue. Good. And even the roof of your mouth. Okay. Good. Just doing a really thorough cleaning for you today. Your teeth look absolutely spectacular, by the way. So proud of you for doing such a good job. It looks like you have been brushing and flossing regularly. So just make sure you keep that up, okay? Dental health is really important. We only get one set of adult teeth, so we need to get some good habits formed so that we can make sure to keep our teeth. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do just a little bit of flossing, okay? So I'm just going to floss between each tooth. Good. Yep, I don't see any bleeding at all, so I'm very happy with that. Means you've been doing such a good job flossing. Just going to get these upper teeth here. Okay, in between each one. Good job. Just gonna get these front teeth now. Okay, good. Alright, and then I'm gonna give you a sip of water, okay, to rinse out your mouth. Here you go. Just go ahead and take a quick sip. Okay, good. And then you can go ahead and spit into this cup, okay? Good job. Okay. How's that feel? Any gritty kind of texture left in there? Okay, perfect. That's just what we want. So I'm just going to have a very close examination now that everything's all cleaned up, okay? So just say, ah. Okay, I'm just going to use this tongue depressor to just look around. Okay, checking the back of your throat here. Checking the health of your uvula and tonsils. Okay. Looks really good. Everything looks nice and bright and healthy. Okay. Good. And then I'm just going to go through with my tool here. And I'm just checking every single tooth. Looks like B2 is good. Okay. This one looks sealed. Okay. Looks like we had a previous cavity here. That looks really good. Okay. Okay, even around the back feels nice and healthy. Okay, and back here too. Okay, checking the gums. The front, that looks healthy here. No plaque or anything. That's always really good. Okay, let's check out the top now. Okay. That looks good. gum health looks good. The spacing looks good. Okay. Good. Okay, and then this side. Okay, yep. I think that's the problem tooth right there. I can definitely see just a little bit of a cavity, maybe even a little bit bigger than we initially thought. So we might have to consider removing that tooth. Just depends what I find. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Okay. I'm just gonna get in there with a few more tools. So I'm just gonna use this to just get a close-up look of the tooth here. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a few issues. Let me consult my x-ray here. Okay, yeah, might go down all the way to the root there. So I think we might need to consider extraction. And then maybe in the future we can replace this tooth. So I'm just going to start just by doing a little bit of gentle drilling, okay? Just kind of see how deep this cavity goes. So before I do that, I'm just going to apply a little bit of a numbing solution, okay? So we have some topical solution here. I'm just going to apply it right onto this Q-tip, and then I'm going to apply that onto the gum area. That's going to help numb things up just on a surface level. Just getting it on both sides here. Okay, very good. Okay, that should start working soon here. Good. Okay. And then once that's had a chance to work in, I'm just going to use this to just apply some deeper numbing in there, okay? How are you feeling? Still really relaxed? Okay, good. That's just what I want to hear. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and pull some out, just like that. Good. And then you're just going to hear a little click and feel a little bit of a pinch, okay? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay. There we go. Not too bad. All right, that should start to work really soon. I'm just going to kind of touch your gums here and just let me know if you can feel it. Okay, and here. Okay, good, in here. Okay, good, in here. All right, in here. All right, good. Looks like we are all ready to begin. Now, if you feel any discomfort at all during this part, just go ahead and raise your hand and I'll stop right away, okay? All right, let's begin. I'm just going to use my light here just to make sure I'm getting exactly where I need to be. Okay, just gently drilling. You shouldn't feel anything, maybe a little bit of buzziness. Okay, good. And if you need to swallow, let me know. Or I can grab you the spit cup too. Might have a little bit of grittiness from some of this filing here, okay? Alright. So it does look like maybe this goes a little bit deeper than I was hoping. So we might need to consider extraction. I don't think I can fill a cavity of this size, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with that extraction process, okay? Alright, so it should be very simple, okay? I'm just going to grab it with my pliers here and just wiggle it back and forth and loosen it up a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and pull that out for you, okay? Alright, so I'm just grabbing here, good, and wiggling. Okay, on the count of 3, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we have the tooth. Looks like it's quite rotten there. That's okay. Sometimes we get cavities even when we try everything we can to prevent them. But not to worry, we're going to get you in for another appointment, okay? And we'll get that replaced for you. So let's go ahead really quick and do that fluoride protection. That's going to help prevent any future cavities, okay? So I'm just going to pump it into the tray just like this. And then I'm going to slide it into your mouth, okay? Good. Alright, I'm just going to hold it right in your mouth, okay? Shouldn't taste like anything. Just nice and foamy. Okay, this is going to coat your entire mouth. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch it to the bottom now. Okay, and I'll just leave it there to just coat everything, okay? And then after this, we'll go ahead and let you spit everything out, okay? Alright, you're doing a great job. How are you feeling? Okay, you're nodding, so I think you're doing good. That's really great to hear. I think everything went really well today. We're going to go ahead and get you scheduled after this just for another appointment, okay, where we can kind of work on filling in that space, alright? Okay, you did such a good job today. Go ahead and remove this now. And then I can go ahead and have you spit everything just into this cup, okay? Okay, really good job. How does that feel? I feel like you got everything out? Okay, good. So just remember not to eat or drink for 30 minutes after this, okay? Alright, and then with that tooth extraction, we're going to have you pick up some antibiotics, okay? And we're going to have you try to stay away from really hard, crunchy foods. So no hard candies, no kind of hard nuts or anything like that. Just kind of stick to softer foods for a few days, all right? Okay, good. Let me go ahead and get that bib taken off of you. All right. Just unclipping it and then removing it. Good job. Okay, and that numbness should wear off in about 2 hours or so. All right, good. So let's go ahead and get your goodie bag assembled. You get to pick from 3 sticker packets we have. We've got this unicorn pack. These are like the 3D puffy stickers that are super cute. We also have dragons if you prefer that as your mystical creature. Or we have everybody's favorite modern creature, pandas, okay? Which one would you prefer? Yep, they're all the fun 3D stickers, so just whichever creature you'd like. You want to do the pandas? Okay, wonderful. So I'll go ahead and put that in your little goodie bag here. Okay, and then I'll also send you home, of course, with a nice new toothbrush for you, okay? And we'll also send you home with a fresh tube of toothpaste. And of course, some complimentary floss. And we'll even give you some spritzable mouthwash, okay? Alright, so here's your little goodie bag for you to take home. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get you scheduled really quick. Okay, so what's a good day for you? Okay, Monday. And would you prefer something a little bit earlier in the day or a little bit later in the day? Okay, yeah, we can do that. Okay, how about this same 3 o'clock slot? That works for you? Okay. Alright, great. So we've got you scheduled to get that hole replaced. We'll find a nice fitting for you to put in there Monday at 3 o'clock. Okay. And we'll send you a reminder. Do you want like a little card to take with you? Okay, the text is good. Perfect. Alright. Well, you did such a good job today. It was an honor being your dentist. Honestly, your teeth are absolutely beautiful. It's unfortunate that we had to remove that one pretty rotten tooth, but we're going to get that fixed up for you to have your smile looking just perfect again, okay? All right. Well, please have yourself a good day. All right. We'll see you next Monday. Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching through the entire video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're able to, you can consider supporting me on Patreon, link in the description down below.